How's it going, everybody? We got our first great album of the year here. Uncut Reviews is back. It's been a really long time since I've done a review. There's a reason for that. As you might have noticed already, this camera, the video you're watching is in 1080p. And that isn't something that's new, because I just went out and I bought a very expensive, nice camcorder because I really want to up my video game for you and for my personal interests and my hobbies and everything like that, you know. But I was basically, for the last, I want to say about a year, filming with an iPod. We were using a flip cam for a very long time, which, don't get me wrong, those things are great cameras. And it took a beating, but eventually it couldn't take it anymore. It took too much damage and the thing just broke. And they also stopped making them. So to find parts or to find one, very expensive. But new camera, gonna start doing video reviews regularly. I just started this thing called 50 albums in 52 weeks. Skipped the first week clearly because I wanted my first review to be from an album that was released on the 8th of January. And that album is this. The Dropkick Murphys, Signed and Sealed in Blood. I can't believe I just forgot the title. But this is the first great record of the year, as I said. We got a lot of good records, hopefully. A lot of new records coming out from a lot of my favorite bands are coming out this year. This is the first one, Dropkick Murphys. Off of Their Heads have a new record coming out this year. Against Me has a new record coming out this year. Got a lot of great records. Blink-182, I think, has some new releases coming out this year. They're escaping me, but there's a ton of good music coming out this year. Very pumped for Off of Their Heads. Well, as I said, my album of the year last year, that did stand. Menzingers did take my album of the year award. And if you still haven't listened to On the Impossible Past, you're the one who's screwing up. But anyway, let's get to the review. This is the Dropkick Murphys, and this is Signed and Sealed in Blood. The album, let me put it this way. If you liked their most recent record, you'll like this. I really liked Going Out in Style. It had a lot of great music on it. It was fun to listen to. And it didn't have what I loved about it. I didn't have a Shipping Up to Boston or a State of Massachusetts. One of those songs that they played to death that you just... I hate Shipping Up to Boston. Not that it's a particularly horrible song or anything. It's the worst song on that album, and they played it a billion times. Like, there are very few Dropkick Murphys songs I don't like. And that one is one of them, and I just heard it so many times that I don't want to hear it again. I hear it every time I go to a sports game. I hear it every time I watch The Departed, obviously, because that's why it got so huge initially, but I just hate that song. I mean, I love the band, I just don't like that song. It's the same thing I have with Rock the Casbah and The Clash. Honestly, just can never understand why this song is so popular. But if you liked their previous album, I'm rambling on what doesn't matter, I should be into what does. You'll like this, if you like their last album. I mean, there are a lot of people who don't like this band anymore for whatever reason. They're on their own label now. Again, this is their second full-length release off of Signed and Sealed in Blood. Off of Born and Bred, I should say. Packaging is pretty basic, but it does have a trifold. Keep your CD a little bit more safe. I got the CD. Actually, I'll show you this. If you bought it on interpunk.com, very special little bonuses in a plastic bag, so it might be kind of hard to see. But there is a bonus CD booklet, not the actual one that comes with it, but another CD booklet signed by the entire band. Interpunk is doing this. They always do great stuff. I always like to hype interpunk.com. They're the best place around. They don't have as deep selection as some other places, but they have the best shipping prices, they have the best service, and they're just a great DIY company who is really run by I think 10 people work there, which is great. It really is a small business. You're not going to get ripped off. The CD book is loaded with pictures of people who actually got the Rose tattoo, and then they threw them in the book as part of the album artwork. And these are not people who were paid to do this or random people. They're just fans of Dropkick Murphys, which is great. I will probably eventually get this on vinyl. Just the thing is, I don't own any Murphys vinyl for some reason, and I never got to. I never have done it. I don't know what it is. I've never found them. It's hard to find them, I think, is what it is. It's really hard to find Murphys vinyl. It's rare. A lot of it, especially the earlier stuff. But I will get them all eventually because they're one of my favorite bands. But for now, I just said I'll get the CD, you know. Listen to it. Because what if it sucks and then I have a record? I don't even want it, you know. But it doesn't suck. Let's talk about the music that's on this thing. Because okay. The boys are back. Great introduction. Really has that great vibe to it that I just love. And the Murphys albums are always filled with great introductions to them. You know, that always seems to be the thing. They always have a great intro and a great end. Okay, Prisoner song, it's good. Rose Tattoo is a single. It's the ballad on the record. That was the weirdest thing about this. I'll take the time to point this out. The 2 singles they released before the record came out were Rose Tattoo, which is a ballad, and then The Season's Upon Us, which is track 6, which is a Christmas song. I don't know why they did that. And there's a lot of people who are, oh yeah, well, we're making a Christmas song, well that sucks. There's a lot of people who are against the idea. I mostly call them assholes because, you know, it's like, yeah, they're a punk band, but at the same time, why can't they write a Christmas song? Let them do what they want to do. It's a fun song. Let them do it, you know? People are stupid. I don't know. I like the song, too. It's a fun song. It's funny. The Murphys have so many good, funny songs. Like, stop hating. Okay, but, the ballad is good. I like it, especially because it has lyrics about the Bruins. That's what I thought was cool. I always love when... that's the thing. I'm from Mass, and people from New England are always going to love this band. To the point where it's almost impossible to see them when they play around here, and that sucks, unfortunately. But good for the people who get to see them, you know? Burn, fast little punk song. I love it. I think it's great. Jimmy Collins Wake, fun little song about you know, a wake. I know that sounds weird, but only the Murphys can do that, you know. Seasons Upon Us I already talked about. The Battle Rage is on, good song. Don't Tear Us Apart. Sounds like a couple of songs, and this being especially one of them, will be like one of the songs that, like, they're good songs, but imagining them live takes it to a whole nother level. Like, just, I don't know, you just see this and you can just imagine, like, the crowd and the band and everyone just being so into it, and it'll be great. My Hero, which is a song about Kenny's father, I believe. I've listened to this album about 10 times, and that's what I've deciphered from it. Out in the Town, fun song. Great bass line by Kenny Casey, showing off a little bit of his talent, which he, you know, doesn't often showcase. I mean, he is a good bassist, and a lot of people don't even realize that. They just think of him as the singer, you know? But there's a great bass line in it, and it's just a fun little, like, rock and roll song. That's what I like about it. Out of Our Heads, fun song. Like, and End of the Night is just another ballad, you know, in Murphy's style. It's about being at the bar at the end of the night. And it's a 12-track record, and there's not a bad song on it. As you said that, I didn't once go over any of the songs and go, eh. You know, honestly, they did a good job. The Murphys have done things in the past to really kind of make their fans go, huh, and not know why they did it. But I don't think this is an example. I think it's just on the same level of going out in style. I think it's better than The Meanest of Times. The Meanest of Times is probably my least favorite Murphys record. And it's not that it's even particularly bad. It's just not as good as the others. You know, there's a lot of bands in my life that are like that, and it's hard to say. It's like, I don't hate New Wave. Against Me is my favorite band. I don't hate New Wave. It's just their other four records are way better. But yeah, I'm not doing the score system anymore. If I had to give this a score, this is what I'll say. I'm not trying to do the score system because the score system is so bland and I don't like it. But I'd give it an 8 out of 10, just based on the fact that it's just a good record. It's not an outstanding record. It's not absolutely just like, this might be the record of the year. It could be. We'll see how it goes. But I do like it. It'll probably make the top 10 and maybe even the top 5 because it is a solid, good record. And they did a good job on it. But it isn't as good as Do or Die. It isn't as good as The Meanest of Time. I mean, not The Meanest of Times, or The Warrior's Code. It's not on the level of Blackout. But of course, you know, as things seem to go, there's the old cliche, the longer you be a band, the more you're going to start to suck. Which I think the Murphys do a good job in proving that isn't true. You know, they've been doing it since 1996, and they're still a good band, you know? I firmly believe that. They're one of those bands that I'm just never going to stop liking. They just have it for me. But I don't like giving score systems. I'd have to do that, but I'm also going to do this. There's a new system that I want to put in place here. Either skip it, listen to it on probably Spotify, or I hope you don't download it, but if you have to, buy it, and then buy it on vinyl would be the top. Because, I mean, if you buy a record on vinyl, it has to be a good record, because nobody likes sitting through a vinyl record where you can't skip. And, you know, there's like 8 good songs on it out of like 15. It's kind of not that good. That's why I only buy records, and I'm sure I'm going to like every single song. Trying to keep this under 10 minutes here, which I'm coming up on that mark, so I'll just say, I would definitely give this a buy it. Definitely buy this record. If you're a Murphys fan, buy this record. Wouldn't recommend getting it first. Anyway, keep watching the videos. I'm going to start doing a lot more now, hopefully. Thank you everyone for your feedback in the past on these videos, and subscribe and show anyone that's a Murphys fan. Dropkick Murphys, Signed, Sealed in Blood. Buy this record.